this is Dave Dog here at Grey Dog FM. We're back with our 6th season review, and we're a bit more up than we were in the last episode when we just got beat by FC Telford in the first round playoff match. Just update you with what happened in the rest of the playoffs. The other game, Kidderminster beat Hereford after extra time in the semi-finals. AFC Telford went out on penalties to Fylde after a 0-0 draw. Guiseley then beat Kidderminster. Guiseley 2, Kidderminster 1. So a final between the second and third place teams, Guiseley and Fylde. Unfortunately for us, in the playoff final, Guiseley were the victors 1-0. Let's just have a look at the game. And a Wareham goal after 72 minutes gave them the win. Bit fortuitously, based on the XG, they had 0.64 against Fylde's 1.27 and 67% possession. So Guiseley are now in the National League. So that's how it finished up then. Just an update. We won't be playing Guiseley this season. So let's start the season review with the transfers. And unusually, I'm going to start with an outgoing transfer. Unfortunately, we've had to sell top scorer Jim Sims. Got an offer in from Crawley, only £425. We negotiated a £1,000 clause when he makes 10 appearances for them, so we're going to get £1,425. He should play 10 games for them, I would think. Looking at their squad, they're in need of a scorer. Just over a month left on his contract. He wasn't going to sign a new contract. Our hands were tied, really. We had to get some money in, and that's our record incoming during the save for a transfer. We've not got any money for anybody before. So outgoing Sims, we need to replace those goals for this season, and with lots of work to do and not much money to do it with, if any. So let's have a look at the transfers that came in during the season. Loic Aina, free transfer. He's got to be a success. 3 stars. Just have a look at his stats. Played 43 games, scored 2 goals, an average of 7.15, which is our highest average rating in the team. So arguably our best player. A good signing for us there. Callum Jones started off reasonable but lost his place in the team. Another free transfer, 2-star, current ability 4.5-star potential. So a 22-year-old classed as an emergency backup, may try to renew his contract, see how he feels. Played 22 games, 1 goal, a 6.72, not too bad. As I say, 22 has got the potential. We may keep him if he'll sign another contract. So the jury's out on Callum Jones. Jack Hinchy was a good player for us. 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential, a fringe player again, but played 38 games and 1 sub, 2 goals, 7 assists, just under 7 average rating. So again, I'd say that was a plus for that signing. Can only get better. Bo Beresford, his father played for Newcastle, and he started off the season in the team, but Ferguson ousted him after some poor performances, and Ferguson had a really reliable season. 5 games, 8 subs, 6.6 his average rating. That's why I lost his place. But again, 23-year-old has potential to improve. Alex Hurst, older player, can play anywhere on the pitch more or less in the attacking positions. Only started 6 games but came on 19 times as a sub and occasionally made a difference. 1 goal, 2 assists, 6.76. Not bad, 28 years old, but we're looking to improve on him as he's only 2-star. Wesley Fonguk was a real disappointment. 30 years old, 3-star current ability and no further potential. Was hoping for better things from him in the defensive midfield role. Played 2 games, 3 subs and 6.64 average rating. Gave him several chances and he is one that we're probably not going to renew. Sam Shering brought in March towards the end to bolster the squad. He's still under contract for another year. 3.5-star current ability and potential. He's got the experience. Didn't really cement a place in the team. 7 appearances, 2 subs, but not bad. 6.82 average. We'll be looking for him to step up next season. Jack Earing, again, he came in towards the end of March on a similar thing to add experience in the midfield. 6 games, 1 goal, 6.8, the 1 goal coming from the penalty spot. He's not under contract, only to the end of the season, so we'll have to try and get better than him. But generally, transfers not too bad. 1 or 2 good ones, 1 or 2 jury out, and 1 or 2 that didn't step up, like Fonguk. Definitely it was a poor transfer. Going out, youngsters, Cadden, Thompson, Francis Toho's on loan. He could still make his way into the team, and as mentioned, Jim Sims. So let's have a look through the fixtures then and pick out some of our runs and some of our better games. So pre-season we started off really well, lots of wins in the friendlies, just 1 defeat coming against Tranmere. All the other games won. We went into the first game against Blythe in good spirits and hoping for a better season. Winning that game against Blythe 1-0. We then followed that up with a 2-1 win away at Warrington. But not the top teams in the division, those two. Sterner tests were to come. We lost at home by the odd goal in 5 to Peterborough. And then a tough test, Guiseley, who eventually got promoted through the playoffs. We lost 1-0 at their ground, so not a bad game, still a loss to a local rival. We then drew 2-2 at home to Brackley, and next game was a real freak result. We went away to Chorley. Do not know what happened, but we beat them 7-0. So this is a match to remember, and also our biggest win of the season and a biggest win of the save. Goals from Sims to Alex Williams, and a late hat-trick from Tate Trusty. Just couldn't reproduce. I've looked back through that game, couldn't see any reason why we should win 7-0 at Chorley. I mean, Chorley are not a bad side, so it's not as if it was a newly promoted team who were beating 7-0. If I could bottle what happened in that game, we'd have got promoted easy. We just had to take it, and it's just one of those freaks. I think the match engine must have aligned for the wrong team. We must have thought we were a Premier League team or something playing Chorley. But 7-0, we take it, and then what happens after that? We go newly promoted Hitchin, lost at home 1-0. It can only happen in Football Manager. Just when you think you've got things cracked, you get a game like that. So then, ups and downs. Scunthorpe at home, we lost 2-1 narrowly. Scunthorpe, again, were one of the favourites for promotion. 3 wins amongst that: Leamington, Kidderminster, and FA Cup second qualifying round Barton Rovers 2-0. Stevenage, who were eventual champions, we drew 1-1 at home, a penalty from Jim Sims. So we were playing well against the top sides, and apart from Chorley, we were winning games by the odd goal. We were well up there in the race for promotion. So FA Cup third qualifying round, we beat Hensford quite comfortably 3-0. Youngster Porrick coming in and scoring twice in a rotated team. And then Telford, we drew away 1-1 again. Porrick keeping his place and scoring again. We then went on a little run, 9 games without defeat. And that ended when we played Fylde. Fylde were third in the league. They eventually finished, and we lost 2-1. And then we played the first round proper. Only the second time in this save we've got through to the first round proper. We played Rochdale at home, League 2 side, and lost 1-0. So not a bad performance, and a big crowd, 1,856 for that one. Then followed up with that one with a bad loss to Matlock, 2-1, and then a bit up and down results here. So if we look at November, we only won 1 game against Gainsborough, 2-1. 4 defeats, including 2 in the cup. So December then, again a mixed bag. 2 wins, 2 draws, and a defeat. It was after that defeat to Hereford away at the beginning of December, we went on a record-breaking run then. 13 games without defeats, but a lot of draws in there. We couldn't put teams away, apart from Chorley, that is, when we won 7-0, but lots of odd goals, draws, and that's what cost us, really. So that 13-game run came to an end against champions-elect Stevenage when we lost 3-1 away. Porrick again scoring. We went on another run of 11 games right until the final game of the season, where we lost the last home game to Kings Lynn. Trusty actually getting sent off in that game, so we probably might have got a draw or a win out of that game had we not gone down to 10 men. Overall, some good runs, but drawn too many games, and goal scoring was a problem. Defensively, we really sorted out with Aina and Sams at the back, providing a rock solid central defence mainly, apart from when they had the odd lapses and allowed the opposition forwards easy shots at goal. And Tom McCauley in goal, pretty solid as well. Finished 7th in the league, played Telford away from home, and we went down narrowly 1-0. And look at that crowd, 2,599 for that one. If we could get crowds like that, we wouldn't be in the financial position that we are. Talking about crowds, our average attendance for the season was 782. That's up nearly 200 on the previous season. Obviously, the league position has something to do with that. We need crowds of at least 800 to 1,000 to start making money instead of losing it. So we said the game to remember, and the biggest win was against Chorley. So the goal of the season, the one that I'm classing as the goal of the season, as there's no Football Manager season review, that's disappeared over the last few seasons, was Tuesday the 11th of January, a 1-1 home draw with promoted side, as it turns out, and local rivals Guiseley. Callum Stead coming off the bench, getting us an equalising goal in 79 minutes. So let's see that one. And this is our goal of the season. Here we go. Harding with a free kick. It's headed out by Hughes, Norris, but Harding makes a tackle and wins it back. Stead controls it, and from 10 yards outside the penalty area, puts a lovely shot in, and it was pretty close. A couple of good free kicks, one by Fielding and one by Harding, running him close. But as that was from open play and some way outside the area, I'm classing that as our goal of the season from Callum Stead. So just a word about the under-18s. This year, a big turnaround in players. We've not got the experience that we had last year. And we finished 7th. We didn't do too bad. We won more games than we lost. Coming along nicely, we got 50 points from our 34 games. Port Vale there running away with it, only 1 defeat. So here's a report from under-18s manager Ashley Jackson. 7th in the National League under-18s North West. Won 15, drawn 5, lost 14. Team report, we have a number of good players with great potential. This is a squad that is looking good for the future. Some of these have actually played in the first team. Fred Ngoy is classed as a young player at 21 years old. De Gregorio's 20. Porritt, 19. Beresford, 23. I don't know why they're there. Barber. We've got Macaulay Brooksby. He played some games on the left wing. And Oliver Lorch is an international, Austrian under-21 international. It remains to be seen whether these can make the step up. Sean Sunbull, he actually played in the side in one game, cup game I think, 1.5 star. Current ability, 4-star potential. Toho is 20. Possibly we will have to use some of these players because we'll look at the financial position now. So with 360,000 in debt, and that is a lot of money. As we can see, the transfer budget is minus. The wage budget, I've done pretty well on the wage budget. We're over £1,000 below. We're fighting a losing battle. I think there's still some money to come in from the league positions. We're not at the end of the financial year as yet, being the end of June. But more about that when we come back and update you with what's happened in the closed season. So finance is not looking good. As I've said, we need some sort of takeover with some money. I won't hold my breath for that. We'll just have to see what happens. If we look at income, prize money, 19,000. See, we made 18,000 in FA Cup money. TV revenue, 7 grand. Sponsorship, 49,000. We really need a big sponsor to come along. TV revenue, 7,000. We're just in a different league. We're fighting a different battle to some of the teams in the higher reaches of the league. And especially the ones that's come down from the National League have got more money. Let's not dwell on that. Let's have a look at the best 11. So this is a side that's selected as our best 11. I wouldn't go too much against that. Maybe I'd have Ngoy in there. So the other players it's given is Ngoy, Jones, Porritt, Williams, Tuffy, Beresford and Stead. Stead a bit unlucky to be missing out. It could be Ngoy or Stead there instead of Hurst. I don't know how Hurst gets in. Let's have a look at the overall. best 11, and Macaulay in goal, Dunstan at right back, original player, Sams and Fielding as the centre backs, Ferguson as a left back overall, Truman and Lovick, and some old players up front, Hopper, original player on the right, original player Longbottom on the left, and our two wonder kids we had in our other good season, Finn O'Boyle as a number 10 and David Hamed as a striker. So on the bench for the overall team, Sykes Kenworthy, Abonta Homer, Rhys Staunton, Alex Williams, Brad Doherty, Fred Ngoy and Callum Stead. That's the overall best 11. Let's have a look at the squad. Of course, Sims not showing on here as he's been transferred, but he was our top scorer with 26, just one short of the record that David Hamed holds. The other scorers, Tate Trusty with 12 and Callum Stead with 10. Nobody else reaching double figures, but Sam's a really good effort with 7 for a centre back. So assists, top and record equaling Sam Fielding with 12. A lot of those coming from corners, which Sam's headed in from our near post corner. Hinchy and Goy and Trusty all chipping in 8, 8 and 7. Really, we need to find somebody else to make double figures and higher double figures, because we're not creating enough chances. Most player of the matches went to Tom Sams. He played 47 games, 7 goals, 3 assists and 6 player of the matches. He was, along with Aina, outstanding at the back. If we can just find a good pairing up front, as good as them two, then we may be in the playoff positions again. Tom Sams won the Supporters Player of the Year for the season, and well deserved. He actually won it last year, so he's a big supporters favourite. Did he win it the season before? No, but he's been in the best 11 right through his time. He's been with us, 5 seasons now, I think. Signed in 2022. So a good player coming in on a free and winning the Supporters Player of the Year for the 2nd year running. Just before we look at the squad planner, let's have a look at the squad, and we've got 18 players with contracts expiring. Been through and had some negotiations with agents and players. We've been able to renew contracts of 7 of those at the moment. There are others, we'll just go through them. Fongut, we're not going to. Earring wants far too much money. He's on 150 a week now. He wants around about 400, which we just can't do. Fielding wants to sign, but his agent wants more money than we can give him, so we'll have to see on that one. Maybe he will get rid of his agent. Alex Hurst, no, we're not going to do. We've got Lovick wanting more money. Tate Trusty, we've re-signed. Hinchy, we've re-signed. Beresford won't sign. I was prepared to give him another chance as a backup at left back, but he won't sign. He's made his mind up. Callum Stead, we've re-signed. Callum Jones, we've re-signed. Alex Williams, we've re-signed. Fred Ngoy wants to go. He thinks he can get more money. Jason Tuffy, we're letting go. Di Gregorio, he went on the list. He has to come off it, but he won't sign. He has got quite a lot of potential. If we just look at that one, he's got potential to be a 5-star player. Regan Seed, he wants to leave. Toho, we've re-signed. Porritt, we've re-signed. Corley Brooksby has got potential. He's one I missed. Sam Shering is under contract, so have a look at players. Shering's under contract for another year. Sam's Aina, so the basis of our defence there. Tom McCauley's got another year. Connor Ferguson, so we're alright defensively. Brandon Barber's got another year. Harding has got another year. The basis of the defence, we've got under contract for another year. It's just the attacking players potentially. So let's have a look at the squad planner then and see who we've got at the moment. Bearing in mind we're only on the 29th of May, the season's not been over for too long. We have certainly, as I've said, got work to do before the pre-season starts and the friendlies. But we've got, as we said when we're looking through the contracts, we've got most of the defence in place for another year. And we've got 3 keepers, although one of them, Will Stanway, is very unhappy and may move. Only if we get a good offer for him though. He's worth £10,000, and if we get somewhere close to that, we'll let him go. I've every faith in Brandon Barber to step up if necessary. Keepers, no problem. Obviously, if we get a better one coming along, a 4-star, 5-star keeper, we're not going to say no to that. Right back, we've got Mark Harding under contract. Callum Jones has been offered a new contract and accepted. So we've got 2 players in there. Both of them only 2-star though. If we can get, as we'll say this for most positions, if we can get a better player in on a free or very little money then or loan, then we will do so. But this is how we are at the moment. Right-sided central defender, we've got Aina, our best player last season, 3-star, and Shering, who didn't really live up to his billing of 3.5 stars, and his experience of 28 years. The only problem here, we've got them both down as agreed playing time as regular starters. May look into playing 3 centre-backs. On the left side, we've just got Tom Sams, stalwart of the team. He's been with us 5 seasons now, and the fans player of the year. 3 stars. Again, we need somebody on the left side of centre-back. Left back, we've got Connor Ferguson. Had a good season last season after ups and downs of the previous season, and he's under contract again, only 3-star, so if we can get somebody in above him, we definitely need somebody in, whether it's a similar player or better. Defensive midfield, we've got Sam Fielding. As I said when we were going through the squad, his agent is playing hardball. Sam Fielding wants to sign, the agent wants a ridiculous amount of money. So jury's out on that one. We may need 2 players in there, but I hope we can persuade Sam Fielding to ditch his agent and re-sign for us, our record appearance maker. Central midfield, we've got Jack Earing. He's going to be moving. He won't sign a new contract, so he's in there at the moment. Jack Hinchy is under contract. He is 2.5-star, so we want an improvement there in midfield. Alex Williams, he's signed on again. He's only 2-star, but he's got 4.5-star potential. We've brought in Toho, who's been out on loan last couple of seasons. He's only 2-star, but again, he's got the potential. That is definitely the area of the team where we need strengthening in central midfield. On the right side, we've got nobody, as Callum Stead, who's played there, he's going to be, if we could just go a striker, he's our only striker. He's re-signed, and season before last he was our top scorer. I'm hopeful that Stead can bang the goals in again if playing regular number 9. So we've got nobody on the right side, and on the left side, Tate Trusty. He, on his contract negotiations, wants to play in a more central role as a shadow striker. So I may have problems there and may go back to the other formation that we had. This one, he enjoyed playing there. Lots and lots and lots to sort out. Definitely in these positions, that's where we fell down last season. In defence and keeper, we're quite strong. Any suggestions, formations, tactics? I know it's probably better to play with 2 strikers to get goals, but we don't want to spoil the defence. The defence was solid more or less last season, and we've got to strike that balance. What we really need is a great chance creating midfielder, someone who can really put the ball out to those wingers or up to the strikers. So that's it for this season review. As I say, any comments gratefully received. I'll answer everybody that makes a comment. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and we look forward to coming back towards the pre-season or maybe for the first game. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Dave Dog. For now, goodbye.